And so certainly something that will stay with us for the rest of our life.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
So my question is, if you guys could go back and relive one moment on set, what would it be and why?
First things first, how good are you with that dodgeball? Can you hit me from there? I won't move.
Maybe.
I give you permission. All right. She did it. She was selling herself short. That was a good shot. I will admit, after it bounced, I thought I was going to be in a PBT. But last time, I was a little nervous. I was like, I said I wouldn't move. Oh God. Favorite episode from filming? Favorite moment from filming?
If you guys could go back and relive one moment on set, what would it be and why?
You have an idea?
I'm gonna go ahead and speak for you. The day Genevieve Cortese walked on the set. And I will say that a moment I'd like to go back and relive is when I saw Genevieve sitting in her cast chair on the set. And I'm not kidding, there was an open cast chair right here. But this was Jared. Why is he sitting down cross-legged staring at it? Oh, that's happening. I wish I could go back and maybe taken a picture of that moment and just maybe relished in it a little bit more, because it was funny as hell to see this, big kind of stud of a guy sitting there like a little puppy in love. But we've had many moments, very, very fun moments on set. I mean, the actual filming aside, like our life on set can be quite entertaining at times, and we really truly enjoy doing what we do, because not only do we like to play these characters and tell the story, but the working environment that we have kind of helped create with the people that we work with is really a great place, and it's fun, and it allows for a lot of unique and fun moments to happen, and we're really appreciative of that.
Yeah, there have been a few. That is the obvious. Thank you for embarrassing me in front of everybody.
So what I do?
There have been a few others in hindsight, even before that if I ever write a book about my supernatural experience,
Good job, you just roped yourself into writing a book.
No. Lynn, don't even look at me like that. I think there are a few moments that stick out, and I recall one. It was during Wendigo, so the pilot was a blur. It was like 16 days of shooting. I think we were shooting 6 to 8 weeks, right? I think we were. Anyways, we might not have been. Anyways, it was like, the pilot was a blur. You're meeting new cast members, you're meeting new cinematographers, this and that. And then Wendigo started. So 3 months later, we get picked up for 13 episodes. We go to Vancouver. I remember Ben. He's been for a few years. And I remember we were shooting Wendigo, and we had a lunch break. And Ackles was like, "Hey, there's a cool spot over here," because he knew the city and he knew the area. And he's like, "There's a cool spot over here if you want to come eat this way." And I was like, "All right." And so we grabbed our lunches and we went and sat on the seawall on that bench across from the sulfur.
It was a taster's choice moment.
It was a taster's choice moment. And we kind of sat there and
Some
talked.
y'all don't know what that is, Google it.
Yeah. And it was a cool kind of like, this is cool, man. Like I hope this goes for a season or two. every so often, moments like that happen again. Bunsen Lake, Dead in the Water was another one, like running down a dock, diving into the water with safety divers sitting there under the water where you can't see them to make sure we don't drown. And then running back up and getting into a hot tub they had set up because it was so cold. Certain moments like that, or in New West when the angel tackles Castiel through the window and they fell like 7 floors. There are some moments where you're sitting there and you're like, man, this is cool. You know, like too often it's a job. Too often it's a job that we love and that I'm very inspired by. But every now and then you're like, oh, I see why people dig it. Like this is kind of fun. And I kind of feel more like an audience member than like a part of somebody in front of the camera. But yeah, I'd like to compile a list of those moments.
Thank you.
Nice shot. What?
There is no singing in Supernatural.
Who's singing?
I'm gonna need you to speak American.
Nice shot, by the way.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys.
Hi guys.
Hey there.
Congratulations, Jensen, on the twins.
Thank
Beautiful.
you. Literally.
I'd like to reiterate, ha Jensen on the twins.
I know what you're laughing about. I'm gonna need your help, so.
So I was just wondering, what episode or season did you have the most fun doing?
Four was a lot of fun. 4 and 6 were a lot of fun for me. Yeah, 6. Wait, 6. I said 6.
S-I-X.
Yeah, 6. 6.
I'll say 1. Season 1, just because it was new and we were still getting to know the show and our characters and each other and everything, and it really kind of laid the groundwork for what it has become. So being a part of that, laying the foundation was always something that I'll cherish. But other than that, 4, yes. 6, yes. 9, I liked. What else? What else?
That's not a season.
Did you say 15?
French mistake.
Oh, French mistake. I said 15! Wrong show, get out.
Would y'all be willing to watch it for 4 more years? That's not my choice.
What did you think? Were they gonna boo? Like, no, just finish this season and I'm done. I don't. Oh, all right. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
All right. 50. Yeah, well, you can come visit me at the rest home. Hi.
I was just wondering if, one day a genie came up to you and told you that they could grant you any of 3 wishes. What wishes would you choose and why?
That the show never ends.
Sycophant. That's a great question. Which what?
4 wishes! Shoot it!
No, that's actually, I will say, I think that's the exact wrong wish. I would ask for less wishes. I would ask for 1 wish, and my wish would be that everybody finds peace and happiness. I think people would wish for there's like a TV show I was watching or something, or an article I was reading, and it followed people who had won the lottery for 10 years, and it followed people who had a tragedy of some sort, a car accident, the loss of a job, a divorce, whatever. And the month it happened, whether you won the lottery or were on the flip side of the coin, something bad had happened, they would rate your relative happiness. Like, how happy do you think you are on a scale of 1 to 10? You won the lottery, 10, 9, 9.5. And people who had just had something bad happen were like, 0, 2, I guess I'm alive still, but 1. And they followed them for years, and long story short, as the years went on, the people who had won the lotteries, their happiness dropped. They had people start using them for money, people were embezzling, they spent it all, and then they felt regret that they hadn't invested wiser or whatever it was. Whereas the people who had had a tragedy befall them figured out that life goes on, and I guess they figured out what to keep fighting for, right? And so they found happiness. And literally, at the end of 10 years, every single person who was on the flip side of the coin at the beginning of the 10 years was rating their relative happiness, which is subjective, but nonetheless, they were rating it higher than those who had won the lottery. And so, people wish for money or for the ability to fly or for everlasting life. Well, we've all seen Twilight. Everlasting life is a curse. I haven't seen Twilight. He has, he told me. So I would just hope that we talk, because Jen and I talk about it with our boys. We're like, they'll want to throw the football, or they'll be good at math or something. Like, what do you think they're going to do when they grow up? And honestly, I don't. Or people will ask about the business. Do you want them to be actors? Whatever makes them happy. And I would wish that y'all find whatever makes you happy.
Me? A bigger boat.
Bigger than what?
Than yours.
But then is there going to be a bigger one?
We'll already have it.
Where are you going to put it? I'll tell you where you can put it.
I love when he finishes my sentence before I even start my sentence.
What are you going to pay for so much? It's money that you wish for. All right, thank you. You left. Oh, no, you're right there. Thank you very much. She's like, these guys are weird. I'm out of here. Hi.
Hi, guys. I was wondering if you could impersonate each other.
Yeah, we can.
Yeah, I can.
Next question. Do you want to see us impersonate each other, or do you want to see us impersonate somebody else in the cast? Each other? I almost want to do your impersonation of me.
Yes, and I'm going to impersonate Jensen impersonating Jared. Give me a second. So, obviously Jensen starts out like this. You want to see me do Jared? Yeah, one second. Who do you want?
Now, I will do Jared impersonating me.
Impersonating me. You have to do me impersonating
You impersonating me. Yes. Okay, I'm gonna do Jensen.
My ass looks great. Thank you very much.
That hurt.
I'm in pain. Our apologies.
Oh, no worries. My sister and I got into this on the way up here, and even if you've seen the DC comic shows, did that Superhero Fight Club promo where they brought everybody together. If you had, that's great, you gotta watch it. If you guys had to draft 3 people from Supernatural, not counting God, who would you pick for Supernatural Fight Club?
To be on our side?
Team Dean, Team Sam, who would you pick? God doesn't count.
Oh, jeez. Mark Pellegrino.
I'll go. All right. This is like picking teams at the schoolyard. All right. So you're going Pellegrino. You're going Congas.
Yeah.
I'm going Tiles.
Frame it. You got Talo? That's like it. I got Talo and Mark Pellegrino.
I'll tell you what would happen with Misha at a schoolyard picking teams.
I'll be the...
Yeah, you beat. Okay, all right, I got my team. Yeah, I got my team. Sorry, dude, no more room.
I thought you were going to be Misha in a fight.
Oh, you're Misha to fight.
So you're Misha.
Okay.
Hey, dude, were you talking mess about me? No, you can't. No. No, man. No. Were you saying something about me? Yeah. Or, more likely, you would just be like, I got Kelly and Tano.
You know what? I'm going. I think I got to take Osric. How many are we going here? 3. So one more.
Rowena.
He already got. He picked Hama.
I know my choice, but it's between 2. How big of a character do they have to have been?
Anything. Just knock out.
Okay, then I will. We're saying Alex Ponovic is off limits, even though we see a gunner in the argument. Where's Gunner? Yes. Probably Ponovic, but if he's off limits, then I would go Mr. Sterling K. Brown. Gordon, who's an athlete and a half.
I'm gonna bring in my ringer. Genevieve Padalecki. Good luck taking that one down.
I lose.
Thanks, man.
Thanks, brother. Who would be the 3 least? Misha?
Snooki? I don't know, man. Those Jersey girls are scrappy.
In all honesty, didn't she get punched?
No, it has to be on the
They-
show.
I still
it has
take
to
them
be a
over.
bigger character. Curtis.
Yeah, he's a lover, not a fighter. Who?
Guard.
God. I think Misha, DJ. I think Ruth can take care of herself. I would say Misha, DJ, and that's good.
Metatron, that's good.
Shepard.
Or Chad Lindbergh. He's pretty low key. Yeah, he's a.
By the way, if I wasn't gonna throw the ringer in there, your wife, I think I'd probably take Connor. Dude, you ever see that guy box? It is no joke. You'd like to? I would not.
Thank you, wherever you went. Thank you.
Yeah. All right. Hi.
I was just wondering, if you woke up in a world where you weren't a celebrity, what would you miss the most about it, and what would you miss the least, and why?
It's funny because I could almost categorize this aspect in both of those categories, which is funny. Because a lot of times it's a pain and a real drag, but at other times I really truly enjoy it, and that's the constant travel. I think I would miss it, but having to travel so much all the time is exhausting, and sometimes I wish I could just stay in one place for more than a week. However, that could be in any job. So I would say, as far as like having people, I'm always wary of using the term celebrity or famous or anything like that. I like to say,
awesome.
I like to say, when people know me that are outside my family, friends, and coworkers, then that's what this feels like. And I guess I would miss the interactions because we have really, really amazing fans. We really, truly do. And the interactions that we get on a somewhat daily basis with those people who are most of the time strangers, complete strangers to us. But what they give us in those moments are just so cool. I would miss that. There's been times, one comes to mind, there was a woman who, had a furrowed brow, and she kind of looked like she was maybe having a bad day, and she was, and I was walking up, and she was behind the counter, and I walked up, and she was like, yeah, and I could just tell she was having a bad day. And I was like, hey, how are you? And she's like, oh my God! Hi, Carol, get out here! And like those moments really brighten my day, and I would certainly miss that. Love you.
I think, yeah, I would agree with the latter half of his, both actually. Travel is a blessing and a curse. I think what I would miss the most is the impact that I'm able to help make in other people's lives. Even silly stuff like that. But I think about times like I'm out to dinner and a father comes up with his 12-year-old daughter and says, hey, my daughter's a big fan. I take a picture, and then if she's walking back to the table to see her mom, he just shakes my hand. It's like, hey, man, thanks a bunch. So the impact I've been able to make and have people make in my life, I would miss. The positive impact, yeah. But the second part of your question was, what would I...
What would you miss the most, and what would you miss the least?
What I would miss the least is, this is going to be like a double negative, I would not miss the lack of anonymity. I would love to be a face in the crowd again. I can remember it, and I still have that experience. Where I'm not Brad Pitt or something, where, like, I appreciate that. I love you for saying it. What I'm trying to say is there are still places I can go and be invisible, I know y'all know me. We're a happy family.
To be honest, there's not many places you can go where you're invisible, giant.
Right. But I could just be another tall guy in the crowd, you know what I mean? As opposed to, who is that guy? Do I know him from something? You're amazing, thank you. Even ACL, we did ACL last weekend, and it was awesome, and it was phenomenal, but I remember going there, I was actually the first one ever, 14 years ago or whatever it was, and I had done a few episodes of Gilmore Girls, but I was just out in the crowd with everybody. But my point is that nobody, maybe like 3 or 4 people over the course of a weekend were like, hey, aren't you Dean on that show? I was like, you mean the original Dean? Yes, I am. Yes, I am. I miss anonymity. Because I like to go out and walk around, and sometimes I'll go for a jog and then stop at a gas station to get a soda, and I'm sweaty and smelly, and someone's like, can I take a picture? And I have like pit stains.
However, I would prefer someone to come up to me and ask me for a picture than to be sneaking them from across the restaurant or from across the room.
I'll stop. I'll stop.
Well, and that goes for any of you. You ever see us out and about, like, what's the matter? Come on, guys.
I get an email.
Hey, dude, what's going
I
on?
get an email. What's in your phone? What is it?
Oh, I forgot that was there. Go with my Facebook Live right now. No, seriously though, that's... Yeah, nice, right?
See, look,
What do you call that? Periwinkle blue? What is...
royal blue.
Yeah. So, yeah, there's there are a lot of positive things that come with doing what we do and being who we are, and I would certainly say that they outweigh that.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, SPN family, this is Marilyn from Ottawa. Give her a hand.
What is your question?
I don't know.
I'm not entering that game.
If you were going to be actors, what would you be and why?
Great question.
It's a good question.
It is a difficult question. So I was enrolled at University of Texas Austin to be an engineer. I was a math major school, which would have been boring. I hope I would have gone from that into medicine. My brother did. My brother has an engineering degree and a medicine degree, so he's a surgeon. But if I didn't do that, sorry, take that. But I would love to be, I still would love to be a teacher. Yeah, mine is too. Senior animals.
A longshoreman.
Don't know what that means.
No, that's not kidding. Be a pirate.
I appreciate you giving them an honest
I would
answer.
travel the 7 seas.
Longshore.
What?
I mean, pirate makes sense, but you know.
Right. Well, there's, there's not a lot of work for pirates out there these days.
However, do you know what the pirate said on his 80th birthday? I'm 18. I'm 18.
I got it. All right, Ackles, what's your
Your
next
one and only source for dad jokes, Jared Padalecki.
You got a good pirate joke in you?
What?
You got a good pirate joke?
A pirate joke?
Yeah.
For
For starters, give me the elbows.
Don't do the one with the steering wheel.
That's my favorite.
You did good.
Well, everybody knows a pirate's favorite letter. It's not R, it's the C.
That's good.
Hey, Rob.
Oh, you got me.
Don't use that one. You can't have that one. Yeah. His, all day. Not mine.
That's yours?
That's mine.
What if I go like this?
If you impersonate me doing it, all yours all day. In all honesty, I don't know what I would be when I grow up because I hope to never grow up. Toronto, 2016. We thoroughly enjoy being here and being with you all, and we really hope that you enjoy the season premiere of season 12. Coming up this week. Without you guys, none of this would be possible, and seriously, thank you. We love you all very much. Love you all.
Ladies and gentlemen, Jack Padalecki.